Factsverse presents. These photos are not edited. Look closer. Throughout history, photos have been taken of important people, important events, important moments. Some of these photos end up in the history books, some end up in museums. Many just sit in people's drawers getting dusty. Some photos are very iconic, but they've not been seen by very many people. So get ready to see some pretty amazing images. First, help us spread the word about Factsverse by clicking that like button. Also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Brigitte Bardot. This is a photo of French actress Brigitte Bardot in 1953. She was only 18 years old when this picture was taken. It was before she'd made a big name for herself and before she became a blonde. It was taken at the Cannes Film Festival. Fainting. Here's a photo of the Guard of Honor. It was a very hot day in June 1970, and they were having a Trooping the Colors ceremony in honor of Queen Elizabeth's birthday, which was in April. It was so hot outside that day that one of the soldiers passed out because of the heat. The photo is not edited. Look closer. It is crazy. Legends on a break. This is a photo of Marilyn Brando and actress Vivien Leigh while they were filming the classic movie A Streetcar Named Desire. The movie was filmed in 1951. It's best known for the famous line, "Stella!" It was in this film that Brandon was put on the map. Health clubs. In the 70s, Rolling Stone magazine published an article about the phenomenon of single people working out at Los Angeles health clubs. Pictured here is one person who got on board with the new health club, Jamie Lee Curtis. She's wearing a retro pink leotard in this rarely seen photo. Vietnam bombs. In 1967, the Vietnam War was raging and claiming the lives of many young American soldiers. To boost the morale of the troops, the United States decided to send Hollywood stars to perform for them. And here's a photo of Raquel Welch in South Vietnam during a USO tour. Marilyn and Arthur. Many of Marilyn Monroe's photos are posed. This rare photo was taken in 1956 in New York City. The photographer Sam Shaw captured a photo of Marilyn and her husband at the time, Arthur Miller, cruising around in his 1956 Thunderbird convertible. The first duck face. Man, for a long time you couldn't scroll through social media for more than 5 seconds without seeing a girl making one of those stupid duck faces. Fortunately, that trend has begun to die off, and most people think that everybody was prim and proper during the Victorian era. But no, this photo proves that theory wrong. She's the first woman that we know about to make the duck face in a picture. The first selfie. The Victorian era may have been the time that the first duck face photo was taken, and based on this picture, women of the Victorian era were also the first ones to take a selfie. This woman took a selfie back in 1900. Meeting Helen Keller. Helen Keller was blind and deaf. When she first met President Dwight Eisenhower, November 3, 1953, she used her hands to study his face. It was likely the strangest greeting the president ever received. Jackie the Lion. If you've ever watched a movie from MGM Movie Studios, you know about that lion roar before the beginning of the movie. Well, here's a photo of the crew filming the actual roaring lion that you see in the movies. His name was Jackie, and his trainer was on set to make sure that the camera and the sound guys weren't attacked while recording the roar. Supreme Court. It's always been forbidden to take photos of the Supreme Court while it's in session, so this is a very rare photo that you'll probably never see again. The only picture in existence of the Supreme Court in session. It was taken when a woman cut a hole in her purse so that the camera lens could peep through, helping her capture the photo. The gym on the Titanic. The first-class passengers on the RMS Titanic had access to a gym. Here's a rare photo of that gym, which included a state-of-the-art rowing machine and an electric horse. Sadly, this equipment, along with the entire ship, sank to the ocean floor April 14, 1912. Building the Statue of Liberty. Here's a very rare photo of the Statue of Liberty being built. The men in the picture were working on the head and torch-bearing arm at the Gautier & Co. workshop in France. It's kind of weird to see pieces of the Statue of Liberty not put together. Wartime woes. During World War II, the threat of chemical warfare was serious. In Britain, gas masks were distributed, and you were expected to have one with you at all times. This rare photo shows the miserable conditions back then. Apollo 11 breakfast. Before Neil Armstrong and his crew went to outer space, they had a big breakfast. Many false photos online show them eating fried chicken and canned peaches. This photo from NASA reveals that they actually ate scrambled eggs, steak, toast, coffee, and orange juice. The Great Flood of 1910. During the Great Flood of 1910, people were not walking the streets of Paris. This photo shows people using boats to get around the flooded city. New uniforms. In 1959, it was announced that the stewardesses on Swedish airline flights would be getting shorter uniforms. In this photo, a stewardess named Brigitte Lindman was called in to inspect the costume of a showgirl to see if the costume would be too short for the stewardesses. The Queen, the Gunner. Queen Elizabeth II must always be prim and proper. That's protocol. That's what makes this photo so incredible. It was taken in 1993, and it shows the Queen firing an L-85, a British machine gun. The cover of Abbey Road. The Beatles gathered on Abbey Road to shoot the cover for their album Abbey Road. This cover is one of the most famous photos ever taken, but these are rarely seen. Linda McCartney took several pictures of the guys while they were waiting for the camera crew to arrive. Subscribe for more!